Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let us say Basmalah to the God Almighty God. That we can be here as the opportunity for us to stay here together to join one of the dedicated conference which is called Oceri. It's hosted by Doktor program on Bengkulu University. And salawat and salam, let us give the message of God, peace upon to him. And because of him, we are staying in a very aliveness era this day. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say thank you very much for inviting me as keynote speaker. Especially, I would like to address my sincere thanks to the committee, to the coordinator of doctoral program, Professor Sudarwan Dali, and also to Professor Badali, who has already been here as part of the main committee of this conference, and all the committees, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. So I would be very delighted and to be part of the scholars, to be part of the what we call respectful speakers, that today the opportunity for doing so. It will be around 10 to 15 minutes long. We're going to talk about this later. All right. Let me start my presentation with a couple days ago. One of my students came up to me and see me regarding with the seminar proposal seminar, and he asked me, excuse me, Professor, I would like to write my proposal, my different proposals. What should I do? What should I be doing with this? And I said, well, my first answer was, firstly, I can only do this when my student came up and see me, asking me for some tip or trick to doing some defense proposal. And I always say, what kind of book, what kind of e-books, what kind of articles that you have read already? And he said, no, sir, I've just read 1 or 2 articles regarding my discipline. I said, no, you cannot do that. You have to come back and go thinking. But I'm writing everything regarding related to what you are going to write. So, why I should be saying this? Because review of literature is very important. Review of literature is very important. That's why this topic today mainly focusing on how to write review of literature. The question is, does it literally matters when we are talking about literature review? Many people, scholars and researchers, denotated that literature review are very significantly important in doing our academic research. But somebody says, well, just look at the next priority because this is not very important. Just find out your title and then find out your theme, and then we go on with the next priority things that is called review of literature. But nevertheless, this is a very significant thing. Otherwise, you cannot do your research, otherwise you will read something. So that's why my presentation is started with this. Does review of literature really matter in proposal writing? What is review of literature actually? Why do we need to take this quite seriously regarding with this seminar conference? Many PhD students, many doctoral students, master and undergraduate student level deny these things, right? Deny with this important element. Why? Because they think that they can write French proposal without any reading on it. But in fact, it is nonsense. When we are doing our research, automatically we need to read alone. You need to read alone. You cannot theory. That's the key point. So this way it should be becoming one of very important aspect, very important element when we are talking this. Alright. Let me ask a little bit about what review literature is. It's quite simply to say that literature review is regarding with the style, regarding with the document, regarding with theoretical concept, theories that we have from any sources. So when we do this, because we would like to know what is going on around the world. What is now? What is unknown? Where are we now? What kind of thing that we have in our brain? What we are doing now? What people are doing? What other research are doing around the world? So if we know nothing about this, we cannot relate anything regarding what we are going to talk, what we are going to write. So that's why this is one of very important things. And then the next one is there are three things that we are going to discuss. First is what is review literature and why do we need this and how to figure out this. This is a small topic, but many of us very aware of what we are doing. Sometimes we think that writing literature review is not very important. Some of us say, well, just go and find out a little bit sources, but we cannot do anything around it. But now, this was a very important issue in some many scholars all around the world regarding this topic. So how can we understand literature review? Probably some of you are in this room will not be something regarding, because you are not, some of you has 1 degree, some of you are master and even doctoral program. These issues are not very unfamiliar anyway. Everyone knows that what is going on lately. So many sources, forms of sources we can find out through online sources. Not like when I was at the university student 20 years ago, it was a very limited sources that you can search from a library. But nowadays, library is becoming one of the stuff that we can access anywhere, anytime, based on our internet sources. But what happened with us, we have lack of information, we have lack of sources that we claim that is not one of our priority. But in fact, some of us are not from this topic, and we are not aware of what we are doing. So some of us has read one, and we have many sources, we have many sources. Otherwise, we are not reading the whole with this. We claim that what we are doing is very new, very purpose, very limitless, but in fact, it is already done by other researchers around the world. It's already been broken. It's already been done by around thousands of researchers, even thousands of researchers have done so around what we are doing. So that's why these issues are very necessary to be discussed. Alright, we come to this is a kind of definition. This is probably you can find it. You can search from the internet what review literature is. This is commonly happen when we write a proposal, a research proposal. We also find it in chapter 3, and some of us are some of which are in chapter 4. It depends on university requires set of formats that we but mostly chapter 2 discussing about chapter 2 discussing about literature review. But some of which some university are using a different format. It depends on how we follow the format itself. It is a hint to arrange a format. Alright. Talk a lot about this. You can put this variable into your internet sources. You can click it and you can download it in some many sources. Probably it's going to be very quite a lot of information that you can find. What review of literature is. That is the accumulation of theoretical concept model, the accumulation of what theories, ideas inside from many scholars regarding regarding what the specific focus on what we are doing. Like for example, you might say, I'm an English teacher, I am my professor in TEFL, so of course I'm doing my research around TEFL, teaching English as a foreign language. So I think a lot, I talk a lot, I read a lot, all material stuff regarding the material that I'm doing right now. So, like you do the same thing, like some of you are not the same a similar incident on my side. Probably you find out in different ways, maybe about philosophy, about curriculum, about method strategies, and so on. Hopefully, you can do the same thing like what I did, but it's going to be different way. But this is not the method, the way what you are thinking, but it's the method, the way how to figure out the sources from many sources, from many information that we can get from both online and offline. All right. Okay, the next one is okay. This is still regarding with leaders of you. So the second part of this slide, why LR is very important. Why LR is very important. LR is literature review. Why is it important? Because this will give information with something regarding what we are doing, right? And then when we are reading our topic, when we write our proposal, our scientific paper, our essay, etc., of course we need to know what is going on in the world at this moment. What is happening in the world at this moment now. So if we are not familiar, if you get it, with everything regarding the world now, so we lose our track. So when we lose our track, we cannot find something new, something different in what the other people do. So the thing that we need to know that what is people doing, what is people knowing, what is people is not knowing about our topic. So when your topic is different, then this is the way of how to really build up the game of our research. And then we are doing something. So when we are talking about the same research group, we are very practicing the same research. So it is considered plagiarism that. So what we need to know is in all finding out the new inside, always going the next things. To explain to the ground in the net, out of the same research group, and then also very important to energize us in order to understand. You see, the methodology is very important. When we know a kind of sources, then we know what kind of methodology is going by the researcher, what kind of statistic is going by the researcher. Reading this, of course, is give a guide for us to get reading on what we are going to do. When we are going to do this, is depending on what we are reading. So, for example, if we are doing research on the area of statistical analysis, we are talking about the quantitative data analysis, now we are talking about qualitative data analysis and so on. So, and so on and so on. So, when we are reading the review literature, we can get some information, basic information, not only about the methodology, not only about how to conduct the research in a certain area of what they feel, but we also understand more about what we are going to do in the next research. And also it can give a recommendation to what next is going on. What is the next research is going to be recommended by our result of the research at the end of our, of course, at the end of the research. So it will give a information from the next research, the next time to different level. And this is, you can look at from my slide. This is resources. Where you can get information. You get information from, e-sources. You can get the information from e-book, right? From e-magazine. E-book is electronic, online. You also can print the books. But lately, people, students, the millennials are not very well known with the printed things, printed stuff. The millennial are watching the digital sources. Probably when we are the student, when I was a student 20 years ago, it was all stuff regarding the printed things. But lately, nobody loved, not nobody loved, but most of the people are reading from digital. They love reading e-book, e-journal, e-magazine, and so on. They're easily to be accessed anywhere and anytime, as long as we have the internet networking. But lately, people are attending to that information through online version rather than offline version. So this is the sources. You can find out the sources for magazine, research report, dictionary, and conference papers. And there are so many other website links and so on that probably that you can find not only the stuff that I'm stating in this slide, you can also search anywhere, anytime, any sources relating to the sources out of this in my circle. You can look at my circle, everybody. When you are looking at the circle together, and then you are link one and hyperlink the other one, you can plot many sources at one point of view. But when we are talking at different things, probably you can figure out, you can catch out another thing by downloading, by searching website from our sources. Okay, this is research report. You can find this figure out from this report. Research report is commonly kind of a complete research report. You can download. You can read from the internet. Research report can is the result of the report. Research report done by the researchers that have already written, both published and unpublished the research report. And make sure that the report are well published by the publication. Otherwise, we are trapped on a kind of plagiarism. Plagiarism is very dangerous for us as part of the scholars, students, lecturers, and other parties which are related to the university, school, and institution. And the magazine with the conference papers. Like what we are doing now, this can be the one of the sources that the student can find out. The conference proceeding. I guess that the committee will create such a kind of agenda to publish this whole document, this whole scientific document into proceeding. Probably it can be indexed by Scopus, by AIP, or by Atlantis, by Springer, by Sage, and so on. There's up to the community what they're going to do with this. But my recommendation is not only we're talking right now, but talking and then wasting the time without any notification, but we're trying to make our digital report by creating a kind of proceeding at the end of this conference. This is more valuable. Otherwise, we're just talking something, wasting the time, but we're having such a digital record later. All right, the next is what to do with your LR. What to do with your LR. If you got your LR through bibliography, the thing that you have to do is that you are trying to organize your literature review by reading, putting them in such a document. So you are not only reading the things from the internet sources, from a printed book, and leave it without any notice. But you are trying to put them. You have read, you have spent your energy, you have spent your time putting in your, digital library, digital cover. Nobody is one of the digital cover. You can put all the stuff, document, anything, material, article, journal, Hebrew, PDF, and so on, then in your Mandarin. And once in a while, later on, when you want to learn these, when your education can be correctly. You can do that thing, you can work clean and you can get it your online sources for your references or for your bibliography. If you are doing this all the time, then you just time and spending ways, your energy, but without doing anything, not applying by generating graphical environment. Probably some of you are me. And it is like a human being. We have enough, we have that, we have head, we have neck, and then we have breast, we have lung. This is the anatomy of the scientific paper. When we are writing the paper, we have to read this anatomy. So if we know the anatomy, means that we know what to do in the first thing. What is the first step to be prioritized? First thing is related to what is known. What is known? And what is not unknown? What is an unknown? What is not known? So if we know something, if we do not know something, we start from something that we don't know. Right? Some of us, probably most of us, right? We do not know what we know. Everybody knows, but we don't know. You don't know what I don't know. You know what you don't know, and you don't know what you know. There's a problem. Most of us do not know what we don't know. The better is we know what we don't know. But the best is we know what we know. And this is the problem. When we're writing the paper, we have to know what we don't know. This is why we need the anatomy of this. Or we can. So when we should know this, how to fill the gap, how to put some problem, some alternative solution when we are filling the gap in our paper. This is why we need to know the anatomy. Okay? That what we know is, what we don't know is putting together in something that we don't know. That's why that is the game of our research. What should we put together? In order to get something unique, to get something novelty in our research. If we produce the same research, the same result with other researchers, we do not create something new. So what we would like to create is something that we are creating something new, something different from the previous program. I think this is a very brief overview. Thank you for joining this seminar, and I hope there will be more questions regarding what I have presented today. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.